you. Thanks for having me.
Step up to the mic there, son.
There we are. Awesome.
Talk a little bit about the last couple years at Mainland. I know you transferred in as a sophomore from St. Augustine Prep. What's this experience been like for you the last couple of years?
It's definitely been great. I mean, we came in. I came in not really knowing what was this team was all about. I mean, I knew a bunch of the kids from playing earlier baseball with them, but not much about Tebedino and those guys, and more or less the seniors. So I mean, we came in on a season where not much was expected of us, and we popped in and showed in the beginning we could hang with teams, but we couldn't really finish. But then once the season went along, May 1st came, I was able to come up on varsity and hopefully make an impact. So from that point on, I mean, I feel like we could definitely mesh as a team, and we went and basically ran from there and tried to take every inning, as its own little game, and win every inning and ultimately reach our ultimate goals.
I know Coach Billy Kern, he's a very intense guy. You guys sort of embraced that underdog role at the beginning of last year's playoffs, but I think he got tired a little bit of hearing how much of an underdog you guys were. He knew this was a good team. He knew this was a solid team, and it was nice to see you guys really back that up this year and take away that feeling of, hey, this is sort of a one-hit wonder thing, and really prove that this program is building towards being a perennial contender for not only South Jersey championships but state championships. How important was that for you guys to follow that up this year with a good solid year, defend that South Jersey title, and really prove to people, hey, Mainland Baseball is a team to be reckoned with in South Jersey?
I mean, like you said, last year people, once we won the state championship, everyone thought it was just like, it's just a fluke, people, they're coming in here and they got lucky, with each game they won by like pass balls, which we did, but I mean, it was good. We played great baseball and kept ourselves in the game.
Yeah, talking about that game against Morristown, that was an incredible game. 9 innings, 2-0 game. If you don't remember that, Mainland won on 2 wild pitch / pass balls in the 9th inning. That kid who pitched that game, I can't remember his name off
Andrew Zimmer.
Zimmer, yeah, what a stud. I mean, he was throwing, low 90s with a nasty slider.
Oh my God.
What was that like facing that kid?
It was a taste of the big time, because the kid's throwing low 90s. I mean, I'm sure he hit mid 90s sometime. He was chucking gas. So
he's at Delaware now, I believe. Right?
Yes, and he's a great pitcher. And
I think he threw something like 159 pitches that game.
I'm pretty sure it was 160 something. To be honest, it was up there, and the coach, I guess, didn't want to take him out. And
but what a high school baseball game! That would have been great to be a part of that game.
Exactly, it was one of those games where you just kind of you wait for it to unfold, because I mean both teams had great pitching matchups, and
Nick Drobnik, one of your buddies there, pitched probably the game of his life in that game.
I'd say so. Yeah,
8 innings, no runs.
Mm-hmm. Against a great team.
How important was that kid to this program? I mean, what a great leader, and really, didn't blow the doors off with his fastball. He threw a lot of curveballs, a lot of changeups, but just a guy who knew how to win. Every time he got on the mound, you knew you were going to have a chance to win that game.
Definitely. And, like you said, he's not going to blow one by you, but he's definitely a crafty pitcher. And he's going to get you off balance. And he's got that winning spirit. He's been at Mainland, all 4 years, and he's been through the highs and the lows, of Mainland baseball. So, and you could see in his eyes that he wanted to win every game, and it kind of pushed everyone else to be like him, and push towards those ultimate goals.
Yeah, I think you could say that a lot about a lot of the seniors on this year's squad. We're talking with Kyle Gerace from Mainland Baseball. His old man Craig's in the house with us today. Craig, welcome to the show. I want to get a couple comments from you about Kyle's career and how it's been going. From your perspective as a dad, how much has he grown up and matured in the last couple of years to become the player he is now?
He's definitely matured. All the years throwing balls to him at the fields and having him pitch to me, he's definitely become a young man with an ideal that he wants to be the best at what he does, and that's playing baseball. Ultimately, he wants to pitch for a particular college. Many colleges are looking at him right now, so we're very proud of him. He's doing very well.
Yeah, we're going to get a little bit into the recruiting process in our next segment here. But, Craig, just talk a little bit about what it's been like as a father the last 2 years. The team won the overall state championship last year. You just heard us talking to Mrs. Marsick over there at Holy Spirit, and what a great experience it is as a parent to be able to see your kids succeed at that level. Talk a little bit about that and what it's like for all those parents. You're going to all these games, you're traveling all these playoff games, and to see them win the ultimate goal, it's got to be such a huge thrill.
Oh, it is. It's very exciting. I mean, the parents and the kids are just amazing. We made a lot of friends coming to Mainland. The coaching staff is unbelievable as well. We're very proud to be a Mainland Mustang coming aboard here, and it's hard to put into words. I mean, we're very proud of him, and we're just looking forward to this next step for him.
Yep. Kyle, talk real quick about just the whole Mainland atmosphere. I know we did a story in our last issue of the magazine about Shea Scannell and Sammy Lopez and the Clark boys from the prep really organizing that fundraiser for Sarah Lucy over there, a girl in Ocean City who's suffering from cancer. And they sort of just came up with this on their own. They went to Miss Hodgson, the gym teacher, and to organize this event that raised several $100s for this family. And talk a little bit about the Mainland community and everything that those kids have been through the last couple of years. It seems like they really understand how to be socially aware and how to help other people out, and because they've had so much support the last couple of years with some of the tragedies they've been through.
Definitely. The first couple years of my friend's high school career, I wasn't at Mainland, but you could definitely see it was kind of like tragedy hit, and it was such a strong community. Everyone was behind one another, and everyone was like picking everyone up and making sure that they would get through it, not only just by themselves, with their families, but as a community. Everyone came out and everyone supported, throughout the whole thing. Same thing with Ashling this year, which was a big thing in the beginning of the year. Everyone came out and showed their support. But then you see that, throughout the year. You see that you see it in sports, a lot of sports. The kids just, they see that they want to see our teams compete and they want to see us win. They want to see us succeed. So it's great to have a community that is always behind you in whatever you do, and that when you go out in that field, on that Friday afternoon, to win the South Jersey championship or something like that the whole community is going to come out. They're going to come support. They're going to line up down the line. They're going to be in the outfield. They're going to be painted. They're going to be, it's great. And I love our community. The Mainland community is definitely one that I would want my kids to grow up in. It's just one of those great communities.
We're talking with Kyle Gerace and his dad, Craig, here from the Mainland Baseball program. The game you're talking about was against Toms River South, the South Jersey Championship this year. Talk a little bit about that game. You pitched that game, and like you said, the fans were just everywhere. The entire outfield fence it looked like almost like a little minor league game going on out there with fans lining up 3 and 4 deep on the right and left field lines. And what was that experience like? Kind of give you a little taste of what it's like to pitch in a real big game.
Definitely. I've been put in some pretty big games in the A-Shore days and everything with the Atlantic Shore team, as you know. And then coming last year, it was kind of like my first taste of big-time high school ball, But coming in this year, the Toms River game, it was kind of like I've been through a few of them, and I know, staying calm and composed is definitely, even though your friends are yelling at you and your parents are looking at you, they're watching you down there. You got other fans in the other team who are trying to heckle you along with the team itself. So it's just all about, keeping your composure down there and trusting everything you have, the fastball, curveball, making sure they're working, and kind of went from there.
What's going through your mind there in the 7th inning? You got the tying runs at second and third, and the South Jersey Championship basically on the line there, and what's going through your mind as a pitcher? You had to be pretty nervous at that point.
I was nervous, just looking at the whole situation as a whole, But then, I stepped on the mound and I was like, this kid's probably just as nervous as I am. I looked into it, like I look at him, and he was kind of like wiggling in the batter's box and everything. And I was like, you know what? He's like, the way we're gonna win this is if I'm more focused than he is.
Right.
I kind of looked at it as that. So I saw that he was kind of, wiggling in the box. He was very anxious. So, I threw a few fastballs in there. He kind of missed a few, I'm pretty sure. And then, I just had so much trust in my slider that day that I just
slider was nasty that day.
So I was just
not going to lie to you. I was impressed on the side there. I was like, man, this slider is on point today.
So yeah, they'd go with that. I mean, I just wanted to trust that I could throw it, even in this big situation with runners on second and third.
Put it this way, I wouldn't be able to hit that slider that day, and that's saying something.
Yeah, so I mean, just going from there, I figured I'd throw one. Got to keep it low though, because I mean, these kids were great hitters. If you leave one up to one of these guys, they can do some damage. So I figured, to keep it low, and from there he swung right over it, and we went on and celebrated.
Nice. Craig, what was going through your mind at that point as a dad? Here your son is, game on the line, South Jersey Championship on the line. You had to have been a bundle of nerves at that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Sully. I was out in center field, and I was a nervous wreck. But Kyle likes that. He thrives on it. For years, we've watched him. My wife Lisa and I have watched him pitch, and he enjoys the pressure. That's the big joke, you know what I mean, between my wife and I.
That's like, why he's a legend on Twitter.
Yeah, he puts himself in these situations where he's able to, like he said, focus on what he needs to do and get the job done. And we get very nervous out there. But
is that just the kind of thing where some kids have it and some kids don't? I mean, how do you quantify that ability to stay focused in those kind of situations?
Yeah, I always say to my wife, it's like he has a gift here. He actually can focus, and whatever is in his way, he's able to get through it and work through it.
Because a lot of guys can't do that. Exactly. They don't. That pressure just overwhelms them.
Right. He steps off the mound and he says, "Okay, this is what I need to do," and he performs.
And I think that really was a theme throughout this baseball team the last 2 years. And Coach Kern said it a lot, where he would always tell me the moment wasn't too big for these guys. And it sounds like such a simple statement, but when you really look at it, that's hard to do at the high school level, is to not let the moment become too much for you.
Agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that definitely is a factor.
I mean, you're talking 16, 17-year-old kids who this is their first taste of real pressure on an athletic standpoint. I get, how do these Mainland Baseball team, how do these guys handle all those pressure situations?
Jeez, it's a good question. I don't know. I know it's tough. They just they come to the game knowing that they're expected to play 110%, and they do. Mm-hmm. They come there with a mentality that we're going to win and we are the best, and that's what I love about Mainland. They're a great bunch of guys, great coaching staff.
Cool. We're talking with Kyle Gerace and his dad, Craig, for the Mainland Baseball team. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.